Supercars of London and the second video to go live tonight. I am down at Hexagon Classic Cars with Microsoft Surface. I'm going to be doing a very special Q&A surrounding the GCSE exam results, careers, and how both myself and Oakley from Oakelfish became YouTubers. So I'm going to head inside, meet up with Oakley, check out a few of the cars that they've got in stock, and then answer some of your questions. So let's go. So I'm inside Hexagon Classic Cars. We've got the guys behind setting up where we're going to be doing the Q&A, but I just thought that I would show you some of the collection and what they've got for sale at the moment. Oakley isn't sat down there, so maybe we'll find him having a mooch around some of the cars. Maybe he's thinking of upgrading. We've got a Super America here, a couple of awesome Porsches, and there is another Super America around the corner, which Oakley is checking out. Oakley, how are you doing?
Good, mate. You?
Yeah, good, thank you. Good to see you again. I'll lean across his Porsche, show your hand. Check out the champagne Ferrari.
I know, man. It's ridiculous. I was just admiring it.
400k.
400 bags, man.
If you had £1 for every subscriber, though.
Not far off. That's it.
You ready to answer some questions?
I am, mate. Let's do it.
Let's go. Let's go and head over, get set up, and get answering some questions. Last night, myself and Oakley took to Twitter and Instagram to ask you guys to submit your questions.
And guys, the response was absolutely outrageous, absolutely ridiculous. We had over like 500 questions each. Like 500 questions each, that's like 1,000 questions. So what we've decided to do, we've taken the best of the best, we've got them loaded up here on a Microsoft Surface, and we talk about our GCSE results, our own career options, and also YouTube as a whole. So Paul, are you ready to go?
I'm ready, let's go.
Let's get into it.
Question number one comes from Ross. What should I do if I still have no idea what job I want to go into?
Kicking it off pretty strong there. To be honest, I don't think many people do know exactly what they want to do at GCSE age. I mean, you're still only, what, like 16 years old? 16, 17?
Yeah.
I didn't really have that much of an idea. I knew roughly where I wanted to go. No, like, major concept of it. I think if you go down like a path of stuff that you enjoy, I think that's the best place to go. I don't think do stuff just because you're told to do it. I think do stuff that you enjoy. So if you enjoy doing science, do something with science. If you enjoy doing PE, do PE. That'd be my 2 cents, I reckon. Okay, then this next question coming in from Instagram. It's from a chap called Umair. Sorry if I've enunciated that absolutely terribly there, but it says, what led you to start a YouTube channel?
Okay, so I knew YouTube existed, I knew that people were uploading, and I think the main thing for me was seeing the BBC News Bulletin where it said you can get paid to upload to YouTube. I was like, that is my dream job, just doing something that you love doing, filming, editing, whatever it was. And I stumbled across the car scene. It was an art trip into central London, and that's where it all started. And it all came together, and now I'm running around filming cars still.
There you go, that's it. My story's far more nerdy. I was at university, I had loads of times on my hands, and I was just basically playing a lot of Xbox. I saw people uploading video games to YouTube, and I thought, why not give it a go myself? And here we are today.
This question comes from Josh. Do you think grades mean everything? Interesting question.
No, it's an interesting question, but no, I don't think they do. The reason for which is that you get stories of people from older generations, oh, I dropped out of school at this age, blah, 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 blah. I don't think that really has the same effect today, but I don't think that your life is set out from, a couple of exams you do at 16 years of age. You can work your way up for sure, that's a definite. And I think it's just basically hard work, to be honest. Hard work, and if you properly apply yourself to something you do genuinely like doing,
that's where the success comes.
Yeah, precisely. That's it. So no, flat answer to it. I don't think grades mean everything. Another one here from Declan, who says, what is your most memorable school moment?
My most memorable school moment. I think that, like, as weird as it sounds, that going into school to collect your exam results is obviously a memorable moment. A daunting one, and can go either two ways. But at the same time, I loved playing sport at uni. I was football, tennis, athletics. A memorable moment for me might have been breaking the school record in triple jump,
Oh, that's pretty...
Not exam related, but...
I never actually made any of the sports team in my secondary school. It's absolutely devastating, so I think we just move swiftly on. Sam asks, what was your favourite subject in school?
Favourite subject in school? It varied throughout the time that I was in school. So to begin with, obviously it was PE, you played sport a lot. But then as that became a lot more technical and more sort of biological, I moved into the arts and the arts, the graphic design, and that's where I was always a designer. So I always liked drawing. I always had an imaginative or creative brain. So I'd say like graphics, art, drama, that sort of stuff, like makes me sound like a bit of a girl, but
that's fair enough. I'd say like through like year 7 to probably just after my GCSEs, like when I went into A-levels, I just liked the subject with my favourite teacher in it, to be honest with you. It varied a lot depending on how much homework was issued. In fact, it's actually basically pretty much based on homework. So whichever subject had the least amount of homework was absolutely fine by me. Maths was probably my least favourite.
I was going to say maths.
Until GCSE year when my teacher changed. So yeah, I think RE or games, double games on a Wednesday afternoon, couldn't go wrong.
Do you know what I did in maths? I had my teacher for 5 years, and we always used to do the even numbers in the lesson to do the odd numbers at home. So I clocked on after the first year and just did the odd ones when he said to do the even. I'd done the homework in school.
That's quite cunning. Our teacher used to do that. They used to give us they'd say, all right, so you just have to do one question tonight, class. Like, all right, 32. You look at it, it's got like A to bloody Z. Different parts on it. Had teachers like that, didn't like them.
Yeah. So this question is from Jordan on Twitter, and his question to us is, what did you have planned for your future, or where did you want to be before YouTube? So this is whilst we were at school, and we didn't obviously know that we were going to be YouTubers.
Yeah. Well, I personally, the school I went to was like very much like, okay, so you're going to basically go into finance in some area. So stockbroking was where I kind of wanted to end up. Whilst I was in school, that was like the notion that I had. It actually took me going to uni, doing a degree in economics and finance, and then also doing YouTube at the same time to realise I actually preferred doing YouTube, and the concept now of doing stockbroking is kind of just like, ugh, kind of just leave it really, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, what did I want to do in the future? I always wanted to have my own company, but I had no idea what it was going to be in. I always thought of just earning my own money rather than being in a job and I don't know, there was just something off the cuff that I didn't want to be in a 9-to-5 job, and that's sort of where, I don't know, YouTube came from somehow.
I mean, I was that guy at school who used to like sell sweets. I was like the sweet guy.
So was I.
I had like kind of like a, I don't even know what I'd call it, like there was a hierarchy. I had like kids in like year 7 when I was in year 11 who I'd give like loads of sweets.
You had employees.
I was like employing people inside of school, and then one of my competitors, if you like, got caught and he got like a 2-day suspension, so I had to throw it in there because I got a little bit worried. But I was
going to say, take advantage of the monopoly.
For a time, it was going strong. I was selling cans of Cokes for £2.50, and that's when you got for like 39p. It was very good.
All right, so the next question comes from Rejoice, who says, what did you get in your GCSEs?
GCSE grades, 2 A's, 4 B's, 4 C's, and a small D.
The dreaded D. I actually got 5 B's and 4 C's.
Strong.
Which, yeah, I mean, it's just relatively consistent. I was like really hoping for a couple of A's. I actually wanted an A star in a couple of them. So that was like kind of upsetting on the day. But, you know, you soldier on, got into AS, A2, and that was all great. So, yeah. I've actually got another question from Jenny, who says, what work experience did you have during your education?
Good question, because I think it's important, as well as having the education, but you also need that experience of when you're applying for a job, employers will look at the experience side of what you're doing. And during my school, I had experience in a catering company, because basically I just wanted to eat food. Then I worked, I did paper round, I worked for a retail chain, I worked for, 2 retail chains, and then during my gap year, I worked for Ferrari Maserati, which sort of set the tone into
You've done a lot more than I've done. I worked for my dad. that was like the start of it. I was like in the office admin, and that was a long time ago. And then I had 2 jobs in retail, and then nothing. I was just doing my sweet selling. Yeah. That was like my income. So yeah, pretty much it.
Two different, yeah. But we both ended up in chairs next to each other.
That's it, that is it.
So I think that rounds up this Q&A, and thank you to everyone who has submitted your questions. Hopefully somewhere in our answers we have covered your question, and I apologise if we didn't actually get to answer your questions, but comment below and let us know what your dream job is.
And also guys, if you're at this stage, you just got your results and stuff like that, and you don't really know which direction you want to take, you know, your life in really, then be sure to go check out the video with Microsoft Surface that I was in, and it's #DoAnything. You can check it out, links in the description down below. Paul, thank you very much for having me on.
No worries. Thank you very much to all of the viewers for tuning in, and make sure that you subscribe to this channel, Supercars of London, but make sure you head over and subscribe to Oakelfish as well.
We should do this again sometime.
We should.
Good
Next
collaboration
week?
here.
This
Good
time next
partnership.
week?
Why not, mate?
Thanks for watching, guys. See you tomorrow.